I just helped this creator gain over 500,000 followers by making the 5 changes I'm going to share with you in this video. And if you make these 5 changes, you'll be able to gain 1,000 followers on TikTok in the next 24 hours. I don't care how many posts you've done that have flopped. I don't care how much you think the TikTok algorithm hates you, or I don't even care how much you think your content may be good or bad. These changes work, and if you simply implement them, you're going to end up getting more followers on TikTok than you could have ever imagined. Change number 1 is you need to stop assuming or guessing whether or not you're shadow banned on TikTok, because TikTok recently released an update that will literally tell you whether or not any posts you have are being restricted or if your account in general is being restricted. And all you have to do to be able to see this is you need to go into the tools section, and what you're going to be able to see is account check, and boom, just let that account check run. It is going to tell you if there are any restrictions on your account, and if there are, I'd strongly suggest that you delete those posts so that you can get your account back in good standing with TikTok. Because the only other reason that you're not getting the reach that you want is because you're choosing topics that you're creating content on that TikTok doesn't actually have an audience for. But before we get into that, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to go on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, I literally quit my job with Gary Vee to help you grow on these platforms because I make a YouTube video on them every single day. In addition to that, I created a free TikTok checklist. You could get at the link below. It's going to share with you everything that you need to go through, a complete checklist before you post and after you post, to guarantee that you get more views on TikTok. Did I mention it's literally 100% free? Now, change number 2 is you need to make sure that you're uploading more photo carousels. In fact, TikTok is trying to compete with Instagram right now and become the everything app. They want to compete with YouTube with long form content. They want to compete with everybody with short form content, which they kind of pioneered. And now they're going after Instagram when it comes to photos. So you need to make sure that you're uploading carousels on TikTok. But I will warn you, there are 3 rules you need to pay attention to when it comes to carousels. And carousels right now are actually getting people more reach and more followers than videos on TikTok if you make sure these 3 things are true. First and foremost, you need to have at least 3 different photos in your carousel. Secondly, your carousel needs to tell a story. There needs to be a hook on the first one, a continuation of that hook on the second one, and then on the third, there needs to be a call to action. And then finally, you need to make sure that if you're uploading a carousel, your description is more than 200 words long, and you need to make sure that those words are things that help TikTok realize who they should be pushing your content to, which leads me into change number 3, which is that you need to be focused on TikTok SEO. If you don't know what TikTok SEO is, it's search engine optimization. If you're not focused on this, it's why you're stuck in 300 to 200 view jail, and it's why you're not getting the followers that your competitors are getting. Because here's the deal. People are coming to TikTok now instead of going to Google, instead of going to YouTube, and they're doing searches. In fact, predominantly, people under the age of 35 are coming to social media platforms before they go search for things on Google. And what does this mean for you? This means that there is a huge opportunity for you to be able to get in front of your ideal viewer 24/7, because people search for things 24/7 on TikTok. So if you are able to rank for search on TikTok by using the 3 SEO tactics I'm going to share with you, well, guess what? This is going to increase the reach you get, increase your followers, and it's going to increase the amount of people that watch multiple of your videos. Because what you don't want on TikTok is for somebody to watch one video and then never watch one of your videos ever again. In fact, this is one of the biggest mistakes you're probably making right now, is you're not ranking for SEO. So in terms of ranking for SEO, there are 3 things you need to be aware of. First and foremost, what are people actually searching for within your niche? There are a few different ways for you to be able to figure this out, but my favorite is to ask ChatGPT a list of different things people are searching for, and then what you could do is go search for them on TikTok, and then what you'll see are related searches, and this is going to show you other things people are searching for within your niche. And guess what you should do? You should create a video that answers the question somebody was searching for, or the thing somebody was searching for, but then also you need to do it for those 6 other related videos. So it might take you several different videos to be able to rank for that search term, but that's completely fine, because once you do rank for that search term, you're going to get views, you're going to get followers, you're going to make money 24/7. In fact, TikTok has literally come out and said that they're paying creators that rank for search more money than any other types of creators on this platform. So now that you know exactly what you want to be ranking for, in terms of ranking for it, you need to make sure that your post has whatever the keyword is in the description, in the comments, which is brand new, and then it also needs to be in the hook of your content and in the transcription. And please, if you're answering what somebody is searching for, just answer what they're searching for. That's it. No call to action, no introduction to who you are. You want somebody to wonder who you are. Like, I haven't introduced myself to you yet in this video because I know that you're gonna go down a rabbit hole of being like, wow, this guy Rob just provided me with a ton of value. I want to learn more about him. And then what you're going to do is watch a bunch of other videos on my channel, and hopefully you're going to end up subscribing. You want that same exact thing to happen when somebody searches for something on TikTok. In fact, I bet you probably found this video by searching for something on YouTube, which is proof that this is how so many different people are finding content on social media platforms, and TikTok is no different. But there is one other thing you need to be aware of. If you want to be able to rank for search on TikTok, you need to make sure that people are commenting the keyword that you want to rank for in the comment section of your post. In fact, both TikTok and Instagram recently released a change that this is how they're looking at whether or not a post should rank for SEO, so you need to make sure that you're doing that. But there are two other things that you need to make sure that you're doing. If you're serious about getting more followers on TikTok right now, you need to understand something. Right now is the easiest time ever for you to be able to grow on TikTok, for you to be able to get views on TikTok, and for you to be able to monetize your TikTok, because you don't even need that many followers. You're gonna be able to make thousands of dollars a month just for posting videos on TikTok if you start implementing change number 4, and that is uploading content over 1 minute long. TikTok is trying to push long form content. In fact, they're pushing long form content more than any other type of video content. I know what I said earlier. Carousels are getting pushed like crazy on TikTok in general, but 1 minute videos are the videos that are getting pushed the most. So you shouldn't be stuck creating videos 5 seconds long, or 12 seconds long, or 30 seconds long, or 50 seconds long, because you're not gonna get paid for these pieces of content. Those pieces of content may get you more views right now. What you need to understand is that the train has left the station with long form content. TikTok is only trying to push long form content, so you should be focused on creating long form content, because creating a 5-second video, 30-second video, and a 2-minute long video are all completely different skills. So the quicker that you can get better at creating long form content, the more money you're gonna make from TikTok, and the more followers you're gonna get. On top of that, what ends up happening, if you're creating longer form content on TikTok, you can then create a bunch of short form content based off of that. So let's say that you go live on TikTok. From that live, you can cut up a bunch of different shorts, and you can create a bunch of different carousels. Or if you create a long form video, a video that's 60 seconds long, 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long, 5 minutes long, guess what ends up happening? People are going to engage with that video because it's a longer video on TikTok, so long as you implement the next change I'm gonna share with you. And then what's going to happen is you can create several different pieces of content based off of that, because one of the biggest principles that you need to understand with TikTok, and this is what a lot of big accounts get right and what a lot of small accounts get wrong, is that when something works, you need to double down on it. And a lot of times that could be a topic. For example, there might be a trending news topic within your niche, and if you create a bunch of different videos on it, you're then going to be eligible to get shown on the For You page a bunch of different times, and your content is going to get shown to not only a bunch of different people, but also the people that originally engaged with it several different times. In fact, I bet that you see this happen all the time. You see something on TikTok, and then you keep seeing that creator, or you keep seeing content on that topic till you stop engaging with it, and then TikTok stops pushing it. Well, guess what? That's the same thing that's happening to your viewers. And the reason that you're not the person that's getting shown to them is because you're not doubling down on those topics that are actually working for you, or creating several pieces of content off of one idea. Which brings me to change number 5 that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to, and I'm actually gonna pair 2 changes together here. So here's what you need to be focused on. First and foremost, you need to understand the 5% rule. What does the 5% rule mean? That 95% of your followers are gonna come from 5% of your posts. So you might have to post 20 times to get 1,000 followers, but those 1,000 followers, more likely than not, are gonna come from one post. And I wouldn't recommend you posting 20 times in one day, because the maximum amount of times you should be posting in one day right now on TikTok is going to be 3 times. But even more importantly than that, and this is the second part of change number 5, is that you should only be uploading content that TikTok has a history of pushing out in the last 48 to 72 hours. And quite frankly, just up to 72 hours, because it could be from 1 minute ago or from 72 hours ago. But essentially, what you want to be focused on is how the TikTok algorithm works. And the way that the TikTok algorithm works is somebody comes on a TikTok, they interact with the video, and then they get shown more content on that topic and in that length. So you need to understand what kind of content your ideal audience is interacting with, and then boom, you go create content on that topic, you go create content in that format, you go create content in that length, and then guess what ends up happening? TikTok pushes out your content more than you could have ever realized. On top of that, I personally want to help you grow quicker on TikTok the same way I helped this creator gain over 500,000 followers and this creator over 400,000 followers. And I want you to be my next success story. And if you want to learn how we could personally work together so you could grow quicker on TikTok, make more money on TikTok while please watch this video right here that explains all the different ways that we could work together. Because we could hop on a call, I could mentor you, or I could even audit your TikTok account.